Well, when we first were looking here in Ormond Beach, we came down to visit friends that lived in Plantation Bay, and they took us for a ride. And when she took us down the loop, I said to myself, this is where I want to live. And we went back home that weekend and we put a deposit down and we built our house.
The older I get, the closer I want to stay to the beach. And it's more, I'm finding more inspiration in less. Like these sleeping birds that I'm doing, it's about light and color. And it's just a little spot of the beach. And it's inspired a whole series of paintings that I'm beginning.
Built our building in '86. We have doubled the size of the building. We have been here in the community, enjoying the community since 1986, and my experiences here are nothing but positive.
It's all about having a piece of wood, getting into it, getting to know it, finding out about the grain, all the intricacies of it, find out all the past history of the tree as I get into it. So it's something that I have a very large passion for.
I live on the river, so the river's a big influence. Water's a big influence to me. I hike a lot, I kayak. I've just always loved nature, and I like that sense of place and that tradition of landscape.
Well, it's, of course, the recreational amenities are fantastic. So anyone who's interested in the beach, boating, fishing, outdoors in general, it's a cornucopia of opportunity.
Ormond Main Street is a very important part of growing a downtown. We're part of a Main Street community. We're also part of a Florida Main Street community and part of a national Main Street community. And that whole focus is about putting cultural amenities, economic amenities, civic amenities back into downtowns. Main Street also is very involved in trying to bring artists into the district as part of its event schedule and its interaction with the businesses. So we encourage businesses to bring art into their four walls.
When I sold a print that I had created of a girl, she was standing on the back of a train and holding her heart, and it was inspired by the E.E. Cummings quote, "I carry your heart with me, I carry it in my heart." And I received an email from the woman who bought it, and she said her husband was a train conductor and he had passed away a month before, and she purchased my artwork as a memory of him. And that was the moment that I really knew why I was creating art, and it was for other people.
Just having the need for it for myself, really, just wanting to build something, a place where you could go and just create art and everything that involves art. And then just the business growing, the need from the community to have events, really, to have a place to go, to see and be around art.
Everything inspires me. That I have to edit. That's why my studio looks the way it does. I have too many inspirations, to be honest with you. I hope that everyone can find their way to the arts in some form. It's what keeps us going. When we stop and think, everything around us is art. Everything, the graphic artists, the football uniforms, everything is art and design and architecture. It's amazing when you think about it.
We are so fortunate because along with being an art museum, we're surrounded by this beautiful garden area. We like to call it an urban oasis because it really is like a secret garden. From the outside, from the street, you don't really know what's inside the garden, but once you get in the gardens, it's so tranquil. We have water features, we have ponds with turtles, we have a waterfall. We have wonderful native plants that have been there for decades and decades. Ormond is such a special place because most of us choose to live here. We've selected it and we choose to live here. And so we may have a laid-back beach town vibe, but the arts are very important in Ormond Beach. The city promotes the arts. We have the Performing Arts Center.
I have expensive brushes, but some of my best brushes are just cheap kids' brushes. That the hairs have a tendency to fall out and things of that nature. But you can get in there, you can dab with them, you can scrub with them, and can't live without them. I think the gratification for me comes from just being in a place, just trying to create a memory for myself. While I enjoy the work, I also enjoy the experience.
I think living here is an inspiration, just because it's, you know, where we lived in Ohio, they had 70 sunny days a year. So down here, it's like every day is just wonderful. And we still, after all this time, still come across that bridge and say, we are so lucky we live here. And I really feel that way. And that certainly frees up your spirit